What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter, and today we gonna touch on a topic that's a little different than a lot of other topics. This one here is a topic a lot of people been asking me to speak on, but I'm not gonna lie. I call it different because the more I did my research on this guy, to be honest with you, I don't want this to sound so tough, but I don't kind of find it that surprising of what happened to this young man. I think he was very aggressive. Now, I'm not sure if that was by his fault. Maybe sometimes when you grow up in these tough communities, it make you be super strong and shit. So I kind of think his reputation might have been one of the reasons he could have caught a downfall from this shit. So today we're going to take a guy by the name of Polo, aka Mr. GDK. We're going to take him to the board. I'm going to explain to you what the police is saying happened to him, kind of give you some background, and maybe you can get an understanding of this. So today we're going to take Polo to the board, aka Mr. GDK. Now, I'm not going to lie. That name instantly targeted me. You know what I'm saying? When I seen that name, it let me know that he was instantly going to be a target. Okay? Because when I seen it, I said, damn, what the hell? He sure he want to run with a name like that coming from Chicago? You know, when you don't really put it towards a certain group, all the GDs might feel like you feel that type of way. So I kind of thought that was a little crazy. Another thing that I noticed is that he was real close with people like LilDurk. He was real close with like OTF. He was real close with Nunu, which is Durk's cousin. And he was a BD. He actually represented a neighborhood, 72nd and Green, which if you know on some street shit, every neighborhood got a name. That name is known as Dog Pound. Okay? You could tell that they were part of the drill movement because a lot of drill rappers were connected to these guys right here, from like Durk, Wook, Nunu, a lot of people. One of the things I noticed about this is they did a lot of interviews on this block. I'm not gonna lie, I seen the interview where they was on this block and Polo was standing like on a roof, man, like out a window. And it kind of looked like his house. I told myself, is this guy showing the ops where he live at? What the fuck? But you know, this drill shit kind of gets like that. You'll be blinded by trying to get the success. I noticed that. Another thing I noticed was he was very aggressive. I'm not gonna lie. He was very aggressive and he did a lot of dissing. I'm not gonna lie. He did a lot of dissing. He had a reputation. He was known as a shooter. You know, so those were things that had me feel like, you know, the odds of him being able to live a long life is going to maybe be cut short just because he had a reputation. You know, he had a background, okay? He had a rep. A lot of people told me he was a shooter. He was out there shooting people. Now, like I always say, I don't want to make up no lies on nobody because this dude could have been a good guy and the internet just did that shit because the internet loves just putting a motherfucker bad on there. They'll never want to put a motherfucker good on there. So these things could be rumors. But I also heard that nigga was out there doing that shit. He was out there bucking at motherfuckers. Just look at his name, Mr. GDK. But that's another thing, though. What the police is claiming that happened is something that kind of threw me off, to be honest with you guys. The police is claiming, if I'm not mistaken, that in 2015, I believe in May, okay? I believe the police is saying in 2015, I believe May 9th, the police is saying that Polo was on the block with his homeboys cooling. They was on 72nd and Green. The block where they did the interviews at. The blocks where they did the raps at. The blocks where they shot the videos at. The blocks where there been in Durk videos. When he was shooting all the videos, he was using them neighborhoods and shit in the videos. They say he was standing out there. They say somebody walked up on him, man. Black, 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 black. Got the blinking them. Somebody walked on his block. That shit threw me off. I said, damn, I know a motherfucker did a drive-by. They saying a motherfucker walked, blinked him down, and then ran off. They say that Polo was hit in the chest and the neck. He was killed. On his own block. On his neighborhood. He was killed on the block where we watched those Zach TV interviews at. I thought that was very, 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 very crazy if you ask me. He was only 22 years old. He had a kid. He also was part of the Derrick Rose charity event that he had with the gangs versus the ops. And they tried to have him play basketball to kind of stop the violence. You know, Derrick Rose sponsored it, Joakim Noah, Michael Fledger, which is like a priest, a pastor in Chicago. But unfortunately, Polo lost his life. The killer was never caught. You know, he ended up getting away. The killer got away, but in the street shit, you know, nobody's really gonna tell nobody. They gonna just take this shit out on the street. But in my opinion, I believe, you know, Polo was targeted. In my opinion, I believe he was targeted. For someone to catch him on foot, they must have seen them, and they was on him. I believe he died because of retaliation. I believe for somebody to take that chance, and get him on his block, not worrying about his homies firing back, returning fire. Just, you know, I feel like whoever wanted him dead, and didn't give a fuck when it was. This was the S-on-S, shoot on sight. You ask me? They didn't give a fuck if that nigga was with his mama, if he was with his cousin, if he was with the police. He was gonna get shot, in my opinion. To come on his block and do it on foot, I believe this was retaliation. I believe Polo must have did something. Or, you know, something that had somebody very angry at him. I still think it's all gang related, though. Don't get me wrong, it's still all gang related. But I think he was assassinated, if you ask me. I think he was spotted, targeted, and I think somebody laid on him and waited for the perfect time. I think Polo was caught lacking, in my opinion. And it's hard to say caught lacking because you're on your own block, but this Chicago, man, you know, when the ops take a chance to come on your block on foot, you know, I feel like somebody really wanted you gone. You must have did something for somebody to want to do something to you. And I'm not going to lie, with a name like Mr. GDK, don't really stand too much of a chance to be on these streets that long, especially when you're not rich. You don't have millions. You don't have this money. I mean, you know famous rappers, but you don't have it. So you stuck in the neighborhood with this name, getting all the fame and the clout. You know, you might fuck around and lose your life, in my opinion. But I appreciate the love. I need everybody. If you rocking with me, you got to hit the subscribe button. We almost at 30,000. We got to hit that shit in a couple days now. I believe we need a couple more thousand to get there. So if you supporting with me, you feel me? I see, say for instance, I wake up in the morning and I see thousands of views on this video. I need thousands of likes. That's all I'm asking. If you watch this video, you hit that like button. You feel me? Because you keep saying you want to support me. I don't want your donations. You keep that shit to yourself. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week. You might need that money. You don't got time to be giving that shit to me. These videos free. If you want to support me, all you got to do is hit the like button. Because when you hit the like button, guess what happens when you do that shit? I'm finna tell you what happens when you hit the like button. When you hit the like button, it make my videos grow. All kind of people be able to see them. I mean, all kind of people. And they jump to the top of the search engine and all kind of shit. And we can grow together. That's all I ask you to do for me. I appreciate the love. It's the homie truth. Bleh, bleh, bleh.